Hey guys! So today what I wanted to talk about was failure, because this week I feel like I've failed in lots of different ways, or at least it feels like I have. And I think some of the things that have helped me have definitely been some of my friends, but also realising and be able to talk to other people that aren't necessarily just my friends but like family, and be able to actually realise that often what other people may perceive as failure, you don't necessarily have to take it as a failure, because I think the main thing is the fact that we can take failure very personally. However, failure is just to do with what we're doing, not necessarily who we are. But I think that definitely depends how you're failing. Like, are you failing because of a work ethic that you've built up over years, and therefore is everything that you've worked up to so far crumbling away? Or is it just something that you haven't actually tried before and therefore you're almost bound to fail? Because I feel like sometimes I get into this mindset of thinking that just because of the fact in previous times in my life, just by doing enough to get by, I've been able to do relatively well. But now that everything's getting harder, I feel like just doing what I've always done is somehow not enough anymore. And it isn't, but that's the thing. Like, I think sometimes you do have to realise that what you've done so far isn't working, and therefore you do need to take a step back. But I think that's more like, it's really important to take that in such a way that you realise that you're going to get so much better by putting this work in, and realising that quite often failure is actually necessary for you to realise that you're doing something wrong, or that something isn't working as well as you think it is. Because a lot of the time, I know definitely with me, I do so many things that quite often it's so much easier just to do enough to get by, and if no one asks any questions, you just don't necessarily change anything unless you really look at yourself. And that's quite detrimental sometimes, but I think feeling like you're failing is sometimes a really good feeling, in the sense that it's quite productive, because it forces you to think about change, and a lot of the time we don't think about that very much, so it's really important. And yeah, I think really realising that it's not necessarily personal. Like, you don't have to take it so much to heart. And I think seeing it as a challenge and a way for you to grow really helps you to develop, your strength as a person, and how much you can see yourself changing and building, and how much that will help you in the future. So, I'll link some things that helped me down below, because they really helped me, and maybe they'll help you too. So, I hope you're having a wonderful time doing what you're doing, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.